man. This is my man. This is
No
Showboat.
doubt.
We call him Showboat, but y'all know him as Kobe Bryant. This is my main man.
When it comes to the greatest stars in NBA history, Kobe Bryant's legacy shines far brighter than most. So how is it possible, in a career spanning 20 years, he was awarded League MVP only once? I'm Dennis Sheehy. I'll show you what really happened, and if Kobe was or wasn't cheated.
Now it's time, because on this night, look, we've got on our doubleheader 3 guys who are in the MVP conversation.
The first thing we have to do is look at the history of the award. Over the last 68 years, 15 players have been given the honor multiple times, topped by Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's record 6 trophies, with Michael Jordan and Bill Russell right behind with 5. However, all of Kareem, Russell, and Wilt Chamberlain's selections were voted on by players. Since 1981, it's been the sports writers who've determined the winner each year. And they've made one thing clear above all. If you want to win, your team has to win. No player has ever won the award with a losing record in that span. Not even Michael Jordan's 37.1 points per game in 1987, with only 40 wins, was good enough to sway the voters. In fact, through Kobe's retirement in 2016, Moses Malone's 46 wins for the Houston Rockets in 1982 stands as the lowest win total for an MVP recipient over a full season. Beyond that, no other winner has had less than 54 wins through 2016. I'll also add that for this video, I'm going to limit my analysis to the era in which Kobe played, with one side note. In the second year of voting in 1982, Malone being chosen over Bird stands out as an anomaly, with sports writers still finding their footing for the award. Considering that, it goes beyond just wins. How you compare to your competition matters. From Kobe's first year until his last, no MVP was selected from a full season that didn't win their own division or also place in the top 3 records of their conference. And with one final note, no player has won MVP without a top 4 record in the entire league. With that in mind, let's get into it.
Well, what would you like to see happen to the team?
Well, I can't say nothing, man. I'm 19 years old, man.
Kobe didn't become a full-time starter until the strike-shortened 1999 season, and in 2000 was still finding his way. Shaq was clearly the best in the league, winning the scoring title with a near-unanimous vote. Shaq's 2000 season still stands as the last player to lead the league in scoring and win the title. In 2001 and 2, when Iverson and Duncan got it, Shaq was still scoring more than Kobe while taking less shots, and with more rebounds and block numbers, was still the most dominant on their own team. And the MVP votes reflect that. Add in that Iverson was the unmistakable driving force to Philly's best record in the conference, or that the Lakers finished second to the Kings in their own division, and it's hard to justify an MVP in those years. On a side note, Shaq famously talks about being robbed of an MVP in 2005 from Steve Nash, but looking at the advanced analytics, 2001 jumps off the page as a potential mistake by voters, but that's for another video. 2003 stands as the first legitimate shot for MVP for Kobe. The problem is the Lakers are 9 games back of the Kings in their division again, and 10 games back of the Tim Duncan-led Spurs with the best record in the NBA. With Parker and Ginobili in their first and second years respectively, and Duncan carrying the Spurs behind a league-leading 16.5 win shares, it's easy to see why Duncan gets his second in a row. It's at this point we can see that over the previous 4 seasons, Kobe's placed 12th, 9th, 5th, and 3rd in MVP voting. It's also in the summer of 2003, Kobe was involved in a significant legal issue that some feel created bias and resentment that would cost him future MVP awards. With that in mind, we head into the 2004 season, which would be Kobe and Shaq's last together. Kevin Garnett is the no-doubt choice, leading the Timberwolves to the best record in the West, beating the Lakers 3 out of 4 matchups, averaging a league-leading 18.3 win shares on the season. Kobe would come in 5th, with Shaq 6th in the voting. In 2005, Steve Nash edges out Shaq, leading the Suns to the best record in the league, while Kobe's Lakers are 14 games under 500, 28 games back, finishing 21st out of 30 teams in the league. With Kobe posting a great 27.6 points per game, but below average field goal percentage and efficiency, and again, no player has ever won league MVP with a losing record since sports writers took over the vote. In 2006, Kobe logs the highest usage rate of his career, averaging 35.4 points per game and 15.3 win shares, but does shoot below league average on a Lakers team that would finish 3rd in their division, 9 games back of Nash and the Suns, 7th in the West, and 10th in the league. Nash would lead an Amari-less Suns team to a division title and top 4 record in the league. Nash shot 50-40-90 from the field. At the time, the 4th player to accomplish this feat. Only 8 players have accomplished it currently. And in what was likely a huge factor, defeated Kobe and the Lakers in all 3 head-to-head matchups. In the lone game versus Kobe that Nash didn't play, the Lakers won by 20. It's also important to note that Steve Nash's offensive ratings top Kobe's in a metric that more fully measures assists and total impacts on the game beyond largely scoring. Kobe places 4th in MVP votes, and even if we look past a 3rd place finish and only 45 wins and focus solely on stats, LeBron James and Dirk Nowitzki log higher win shares and efficiency as well. In 2007, Dirk easily wins the award, leading the Mavericks to a league-best 67 wins with 50-40-90 level efficiency, and while Kobe averages over 30 points a game again, finished 25 games out of 1st place with only 42 wins. It makes it impossible for Kobe to win, and he comes in 3rd in the voting, with Dirk towering over win shares with 16.3 on the season. In 2008, Kobe leads an improved Lakers team to 57 wins and a top 3 record in the league and wins his first MVP award. It's important to point out that Kobe's stats pale slightly in comparison to LeBron that year, but because of his team record, Kobe finally wins the award. Now, 2009 is the year that deserves the most scrutiny. In what would be a championship season, Kobe averages almost 27 points per game, while the Lakers have the 2nd best record in the league with 65 wins, but LeBron James, behind 66 wins, plus slightly superior efficiency and 20.3 win shares, brings home the award. While Kobe faced a Western Conference featuring 6 50-plus win teams, LeBron's Cavs faced a much softer East, with only the Boston Celtics and Orlando Magic as formidable teams at the top of the Eastern Conference. Then if you look at the 7 head-to-head matchups between the Cavs, Boston, and Orlando, they only win 3 out of 7 of those games. And what's most important to note, Kobe and the Lakers won both matchups easily over LeBron's Cavs. It appears that 66 wins with a less talented team swayed the voters, as Kobe finished 2nd to LeBron in the balloting. But with what has been the sports writers' criteria for MVP, this absolutely looks like Kobe may have been robbed in the 2009 season. The very next year, in 2010, Kobe's Lakers finished behind LeBron's Cavs in the standings while getting swept by Cleveland in both of their matchups. LeBron's counting stats dwarf the MVP competition as he easily wins his 2nd trophy in a row. In 2011 and 12, Derrick Rose and LeBron would win the award, while Kobe shot below league average field goal percentage both years. And in 2013, the Lakers fell to 7th in the West, with LeBron, Kevin Durant, and Steph Curry taking their place as the new leaders of the league. Kobe's time as one of the best was coming to a close. Was he robbed of any MVP awards? Potentially yes, in 2009.
Mark my words, man. And I said this earlier in the season. It's going to be unbelievable. I mean, and I'm not saying that because you hear, I see him every day in practice.
Slide him a couple of times.
I know this. I started doing these videos to uncover and present as much information to people as possible. And in studying Kobe, his will to win was as great or better than any player who's played the game. In a time when we see behavior and actions by players who are routinely celebrated as all-time greats, it's a far cry from the era not that long ago. An era that was dominated by a man who knew how to play the game and act like a champion, win or lose. We miss that intensity. We miss that fearlessness. We miss Kobe Bryant.
And thank you from the bottom of my heart. God, I love you guys. And what can I say? Mamba out.